Hey guys, Possum Sausage Forge. So what I've been working on lately is building Flintlock rifle number 3. So what I've got is a small Siler lock kit. I've got a 42-inch 36 caliber barrel. It's a straight octagon, 13/16 octagon, so pretty hefty. Should make a pretty steady rifle. And then I've got a piece of maple. It's been roughed out on a bandsaw. So, my very first rifle I ever built was my buddy Jake and I. We decided to try building rifles, so we each bought a barrel, a chunk of wood for the stock, and a small Siler lock kit. And then I was all gung-ho and made this rifle, my very first one. It's kind of a Frankenstein. I followed no historical accuracy on this. It's not modeled after anything. I chopped the barrel down to 30-inch because I thought it was too front heavy. I'm used to shooting modern rifles, or was used to shooting modern rifles. So I chopped it down, and that's the rifle I'm probably most proud of and most embarrassed by. But Jake, he never built his, and I built a 50 caliber after that, and I actually followed the Bucks County is what inspired that rifle, and that's my go-to target rifle for the club that I'm a part of, and for reenacting. And it follows the time frame I try and portray, like kind of like a federal era. But I've been wanting to build another rifle, smaller caliber, so I actually bought these parts off of Jake that he bought for his rifle. So I'm going back to a 36 again, but actually following a one of the schools of the original Flintlock builders. I don't know exactly what school I'm going to follow yet, but I want to make it more historically accurate than, yeah, this thing functions, but it's a Frankenstein. There's no pattern that it follows. So I thought I would do a couple videos, series of videos, whatever, of following me building this. So I've been working on the lock kit. I've got the plate. I flattened it off, cleaned up the back side a bit, and then the pan, or actually I drilled all the holes. The pan, I've got that kind of cleaned up and fits in there nice. I can't find my number 6x40 tap, so I need to buy a new tap before I can really get stuff bolted down. Once I get that bolted, then I can flatten out this surface, and that's where the frizzen mates to. I've got the frizzen flattened off, cleaned off the casting marks. Frizzen fits real nice in there. I don't know if you can see the light coming through that gap. So these two surfaces here and here need to be mated really nice and tight to almost make a watertight seal, and then I can drill through for the pivot. But anyway, I thought that I would do a series of videos on building this rifle. It'll be rifle number 3 for me. And then I haven't seen any videos on assembling a Siler lock kit. So this, I don't want to do like an instructional video, but I want to kind of document the process, maybe take make a video, you know, every couple days, whatever, as I'm working on this. I don't know, I might work on it half an hour in the evening. I might work on it for a couple hours on Saturday. I might build the whole thing this Saturday. I don't know. But I just want to do some video updates, so somebody assembling a Siler lock kit kind of knows what to expect, and then somebody who wants to build a replica of a fine rifle with no fancy tools. I mean, I've got a hand crank drill press out here in the shop that I've used to drill all these holes. Really nothing fancy. Anybody with a garage can build it. And so I want to document this process and to help other people wanting to do the same, or if you're just curious and want to see how it's done. I mean, it'll be worth something to somebody. I picked up this trigger guard and butt plate. Got those at gun shows in a box of just random stuff that I got. So those are what I'm going to use, and that will probably help determine the flavor of rifle I'm going to build. I don't really know what to think of this trigger guard. I love it, but it's just, it's out there. Like, for some reason, it screams Dragoon to me. It's a very German-inspired, in my mind. And then, but Siler locks are also have a bit of a German flair with this, the faceted pan, and so I really don't know what I'm going to build yet, but I want it to be inspired by a historical school of muzzleloader. So the piece of wood, it's a pretty plain. There's a little bit of figure. Camera won't even pick it up. A little bit of figure through here, but a fairly plain. I'll probably still just do an aquafortis on it with boiled linseed oil and just let the natural colors pop out. But the idea here is just to build a nice little 36 caliber target rifle, squirrel gun. I do want to experiment with trying to make my own set triggers for it. I think that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking all brass mounted. Like I said, I've got the trigger guard, I've got the butt plate, I've got a side plate here. I don't know if I'll use that because it's kind of a, I think that's more, looks more pistol to me than rifle. So if I have to, I'll make a new side plate. But I'm thinking all brass mounted and try and stick with that Federal era or a very late 1700s to very early 1800s, like 1790s, maybe up to 1820s. And just try and make a very nice, streamlined, like I said, if I stick with this trigger, unless I look in my rifle book and find something different, probably kind of a German-inspired rifle, which that works because my family history goes back to German immigrants, so I can kind of trace that back for inspiration, I suppose. But that's what I've been working on, and like I said, I will try to keep you guys updated. Not, like I said, not a instructional, but just a maybe motivation, or clear some questions, give you some answers. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and if I can answer, I will. If not, I will try to find an answer. So there's where I'm at so far. That's what I've been working on. Stay tuned.